He really loves me and he wants this to be my moment. It's fine. It's my Instagram already.
So.
Wait, look at me. Say cheese. You have something right here.
Oh, that's okay.
And the other night I made my pineapple fried rice on live, and I'm sure you guys have seen he like doesn't like hot pineapple on food, especially pizza. But I feel like he didn't quite process that there was pineapple in the pineapple fried rice, and he was eating it and came back for more. And so I feel like he just doesn't realize that he likes pineapple in his
a good chef
meals.
Can make anybody like anything, right?
That is so true.
Which area in the world influences your cuisine the most?
Oh, well, that's an easy one. So if you didn't hear, the question was cooking with no borders. Which cuisine influences your cooking the most? So it's 100% Jamaica, and I feel like you guys probably know that. So if I couldn't, I guess I would take that out of the equation, right?
Well, it's in your blood, so let's go with something that's not in your blood.
It's in my blood.
Although you are a melting pot, but let's still.
I guess I would have to say Indian food.
That's just because our name.
No, it's not because of our name. I do use a lot of curry. I use a lot of cardamom. I use a lot of clove. I use a lot of cumin. So those are spices that I cannot stand you, honestly. Because it's like, what in the world? No. I use a lot of those vibrant spices, saffron. Like I just think that they're so special and unique and exquisite, and I love to like incorporate them into a dish when I can. So if I had to pick a place outside of myself, that is where I would say I lean on the most. Not to mention, I love a good Bollywood movie. Love a good Bollywood movie.
All right, last one.
Kabi Kushi Kabi Gam. What?
Favorite dish to braise low and slow?
Oxtail.
3 ingredients you'd absolutely cannot live without.
Garlic, onions, and brown sugar.
Off the top of the dome. All right.
I didn't repeat the question.
I know you have a secret obsession for the British royal family.
I do. Who is this question from? Oh, it's from you. I was like, how do they know that?
You get to cook one dish from the full plate for the queen. What's the dish?
Legit, I'm making the queen some Chinese 5-spice fried chicken with the honey drizzle. Don't laugh at me. Yes.
You could live anywhere in the world for a month and do nothing but learn how to cook the food of that region. Where would that be?
Say it again.
If you could live anywhere for a month and do nothing but learn how to cook with the flair and the flavors and the culture of that region, where would that be?
Thailand.
Love that answer.
Yeah, Thailand.
All right, here we go. Last one. Full open.
Canon chat.
Honest open. Said if you had to pick one dish to cook and eat for the rest of your year, and I'm gonna extend that to the rest of your life, what would it be? Question mark.
Yeah. If I had to cook one dish to eat for the rest of my life, it would be.
You heard the question.
Can it be a pear?
Give it to me.
Hey!
Let's go.
He said I repeat questions when I'm thinking about the answer. What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Just give it to him.
Can it be a pear though? Like, because it's like this dish can't it can't go without the other thing.
You can answer however.
Okay, it would be oxtail, rice and peas, and plantain fried on the side, the sweet ones. Okay, that's what I would eat, and the oxtail would have to have some dumpling in it. That's a hearty meal, and I think I could survive off of that for the rest of my life for sure.
How do you grocery shop? Ew.
Oh,
that's a good question.
See, this is such a sign of the times question, because I used to actually physically go to the grocery store and get my groceries, and I would look at what was fresh and looked delicious, and then build the menu and the weeks worth of groceries around that. But now, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm Instacarting groceries a lot. Just because it's the safer thing to do, in my opinion. And yeah, so I'm an avid Instacarter.
That's great. I think
honesty is key.
That's right. What or who gave you the passion to cook?
Ooh, what or who gave me the passion to cook? I would say the passion stemmed from my childhood of me literally binge watching Julia Childs and Emerald and Rachel Ray. I was the girl who like didn't watch the cartoons on a Saturday morning. I was watching Food Network or PBS and watching all of the food programming. And so my passion stemmed from there. And then besides that, when I got a little bit older, my teen years, I just realized how much it brought people together and how I could say I was cooking something and people would show up. And it was a relationship builder for me. I remember, I think the day you asked me, if you hear crying, it's our son. But my mom's here, don't worry, he's not by himself. I remember the day we made it official, I made you some chicken. And so I feel like, you know, it's just a great relationship builder. It works, you guys, it works.
What music do you like to listen to while you cook? And that is from Jason in El Monte, California.
Jason in El Monte, California. I love to listen to a little bit of everything. We actually, the magazine team and I, Sweet July, we actually have these amazing Spotify playlists, and so I gravitate towards those Spotify playlists. There's like a chill playlist, there's a sunny days playlist, there's a chili and chill from when we did our chili cook-off. There's an Ayesha playlist that's spelled Iesha, and it's all throwbacks. So I gravitate towards those, but I'm really into like popcorn. Because I just love to like bust a wine while I'm cooking. I do.
I see no lies.
You see no lies, I know. I love it, so.
What's your favorite recipe for date night? And I guess you should answer this as if somebody was
flipping through the book,
but they were having their own date night and they wanted to impress said significant other. Mm-hmm. Where are you pointing them to? I'm
going to give two options just because I know people have different palates. And so for me, I would gravitate towards this lamb loin. It's a cherry glazed lamb loin, so very elevated. I feel like date nights need to be sexy, and this is a sexy dish. And I serve it with wasabi mashed potatoes, major key, also in the book. And then if you're not feeling that, I feel like a little at-home Chinese style takeout, but made by you, is a good way to go. So I have the black pepper steak in here, and this is great because it comes together in 15 minutes, and you'll almost always have leftovers. So I love that. A little steak and mushroom or a little lamb.
Do you take any special steps to clean your cast iron?
Karen from Houston?
No, Perrin.
Perrin! Oh, I like that.
Yeah, Perri.
Oh, that's a cool name. Perrin from Houston, Texas. Hello, Houston. Hello, Perrin. Is asking about my cast iron skillet and what's the proper care for it. So I really don't recommend after you cook. One, they're pre-seasoned, so you don't have to season the skillets. Two, when you first get them. Two, after you cook in them, do not use a scouring pad or anything like that, because that's just gonna start to wear away at the quality of the skillet. I would recommend, if stuff is really stuck on there, which it shouldn't be because it's pretty non-stick, soaking it with some warm water and lemon juice. But it really should clean right out with a sponge, like your regular dish sponge. And then after you hand wash it and dry it, I recommend putting a little bit of olive oil or oil of your choice in the skillet with a napkin, and I pop it into the oven with the oven off, obviously, so that the next time I'm preheating my oven, it kind of seals in everything. And then I open the oven, I'm like, oh shoot, my cast iron skillet's in there, and I grab my pot holder, I take it out, and it's ready to go for the next time. But you don't really have to, with mine, you don't really have to do that. There's not much you need to do. I mean, I've had the same one since they came into production, and it's still great. That's the good thing about cast iron, is it just gets better with time.
This is 4 years in the making.
This is 4 years in the making, you guys, since the first book. I don't think, I put so much love into this. Thank you, baby. I just need you guys to understand. Like, this is my baby. And I hope you guys love it. And I hope it gets messy and you guys write all over it and you just love it and it becomes your go-to. I guess we can leave on the note. Should I read like the intro? That might be cool.
I'm gonna give you the stage.
Okay.
Watch this.
So my full plate. Food truly has enormous power. It feeds both the body and the soul. It's a vessel for communication, love, and happiness, and sets the foundation for beautiful, strong relationships of all kinds. When I began writing my first cookbook, The Seasoned Life was so different. I should have added freaking in that. Life was so freaking different. I was a mom of 2 girls. I'd truly just begun my career, and I was 26 years old. I was never sleepy, never had too much to do, and always had the flexibility to cook whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, without time constraints, unless it was game day. Mealtime to us these days definitely still looks like pouring a generous glass of wine while I cook, but the logistics are slightly different. I mean, we blinked and suddenly there were 3 children. That's 6 legs, 6 arms, 3 heads, 60 fingers and toes, by the grace of God, and 3 very different personalities who Stefan and I both love equally. I also began my journey as an entrepreneur, started my business sweet July, and opened 3 international smoke restaurant locations in 2 years. Needless to say, chaos did ensue, but it's the beautiful kind of chaos that if you replayed it in slow motion and put a string quartet behind it, could have the gravitas to coerce all people into having 3 bambinos. In the midst, we recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It is chaotic, but it's fun. Mm-hmm. In the midst of all of that, I still have this desire to nurture my family through food. That precious time together is not something I ever want to fall to the bottom of life's to-do list. But these days, I need recipes that are still full of life and flavor, but take a fraction of the time to make. I've tried to give you that throughout this cookbook. You'll notice some of the dishes take 10 minutes, while others take 30, and nothing is ever longer than an hour. Major key. I want to be able to make a delicious meal for my family with enough time to actually enjoy sitting around the dinner table together. The world was my oyster the first time around, and this time there are no pearls or horseradish to slurp it down for that matter. Just an innate need and desire to feed my family delicious, fresh food as often as I can, because we know it's not going to happen every single night. Realistically, this means focusing on dinner most days, along with a nice stiff drink for the hubs and me. I honestly don't have a ton of hacks for getting elaborate breakfast on the table in no time, so it's dinner. With our lives these days, that just doesn't happen, and I want to keep it real with you guys. But when dinner rolls around, I can drop a few gems on how to get the meal on the table quickly, while keeping it all interesting and delicious for when you do get those magical moments together. My hope is that these recipes inspire you to cook with your spouse, friends, children, and loved ones more often. The kitchen is a space for infinite possibilities and a creative outlet that doesn't require too much outsourcing. I hope that through this you create gorgeous memories and moments, and that your relationships continue to grow and grow. Cheers to a world of possibility and a kitchen packed with flavor. We all have full plates, but these recipes will make mealtime feel worthwhile. Let's get cooking. From me.
Damn!
So that is my intro to the book.